Hello investors and traders. Today we'll speak about meta stock analysis, technical fundamental analysis. Let's start from the chart. It's a monthly chart in my mind. It's the IPO of Meta was in 2012, and since there and until 2022 we were trading at a decreasing channel. So now, if we, according to the Elliott wave theory, in my mind, here it was the first wave, the second, the third. I remind you that usually third is the largest wave in the impulse, then a correction four wave, and here, let's move to the weekly chart. 1 minute. So here it's some kind of triangle was the first wave, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and here the impulse has finished. So now, of course, we got out from this channel, and now we are in correction. Usually the correction itself, we have three waves. So now it's the first wave, wave A. Then I'm expecting to see bounce to B, and now the finalizing the finishing of this correction, it will be C, and usually C it's a little bit lower than A, so about maybe 180, 90, it can be the finishing of this correction. And also let's move to the daily chart. I would like to show you here. We have a huge gap. It was a few months later, so I think there is a possibility that we are going to close this gap. So here, after the bounce will start, the target of B is about maybe 300s, maybe 280 to 60, but somewhere here, there I think there is a nice possibility going to try to close this gap. So it's about at least 100% up the potential. We'll see, of course. I think that I'm actually can draw. It's wave E. Will finish. Then we have a bounce to B somewhere here, and then another move down. It will be C. So it's my projection for the future. Maybe a year or a year and a half. Let's check Meta a little bit closer. Let me tell you a few words about this company. Of course, Meta is the world's largest online social network with 2.5 billion monthly active users. Users engage with each other in different ways, exchanging messengers and sharing news, events, photos and videos. On the video side, the firm is the process of building library of premium content and monetizing it via ads and subscription revenue. And of course, the firm's ecosystem consists mainly of the Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp and many features surrounding these products. So let's have a look on its fundamental parameters. We can see the total rank is 91, very high rank, total rank. Its financial position, we can see that debt to EBITDA ratio is less than 1, so any problem with debt in this company. Also the Altman score is about 7, so we remember if this figure is above 3, so it's okay. So the probability of default in the future year, it's very low. And also check please here the cash to debt ratio, it's more than 2, that we can see we can check this. We can see it also here, and we can check it here, the amount of cash on company's balance sheet 2 times more than the amount of debt. So any problem at that at all for this company. The gross margin about 80, net margin is about 30%, so very high and impressive marginality. The growth rate, we can see that 3-year revenue for the last year, the growth rate was about 30%, EBITDA 24%, but here the projections for the future 3 years for net income and revenue is a little bit lower than the past years. It's 7 and 20%. So the analysts and expecting that the cash flows of Meta's will little bit going to be a little bit lower. No, of course, it's possible. And please check the value range. We can see that now current PE ratio is only 11 and the PS ratio 3. So price per share only 3. So believe me, when you have such net margin about 30, so only 3, it's very cheap and very low. So from this point of view, of course, Meta stock now is very cheap. So let's here move to the chart. I would like to show you another picture. Here it's the PE ratio, yeah, historical. Not here, please don't look, it was the IPO time, but last years, yeah, we can see that it was the P ratio was even about 100. Here it was 30, 20. Here it was the stock market crash in 2020. It was about the lowest P was 17. Here the COVID crisis 23. So now only 11. So it's really very cheap. It's the even the cheapest P ratio for the last 9 years. So why not? When I see such low P ratio, of course I'm considering now to buy this stock. Here also we can see that the company performing back. Here it's a positive figure, so the company is buying shares, its own shares from the stock market. It's also a very nice sign. And the liquidity ratio, current ratio, quick ratio, cash ratio is much higher than 1. So any problems with the debt, with liquidity at this company. So for recap, we can see that now Meta stock is 140 its price. It's down its performance, yeah, from the beginning of the year is about 60%. Now the multiples, its value, P ratio, PS ratio is very cheap, and also net margin, its net margin is very high, it's about 20%. So of course it's going to be little bit lower, but as for now, it is already nice levels and nice time to buy the stock. I'm personal, of course, I hold this company in my portfolio. Maybe I will go to add some additional new shares. I will see how the S&P, the Nasdaq will trade it in the nearest future. But of course, I'm personally use the WhatsApp, the Facebook, all the other products of this company. So if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe into my channel. I have a lot of videos about stock market, technical analysis, Elliott waves. So don't forget to subscribe, and see you on the next time. Bye.